Hello, how are you? A warm welcome to all our listeners around the world. We are so happy that you are with us again for another episode of our English speaking podcast.
Hello, how are you? A warm welcome to all our listeners around the world. We are so happy that you are with us again for another episode of our English speaking podcast.
And if you're new here, welcome. This podcast is for anyone who wants to improve their English, especially speaking and listening using interesting and useful topics. Our goal is to help you feel more confident in real conversations.
That's right. And today, we have a very special topic, something that is both exciting and useful. It's something that more and more people are talking about, especially online.
Before we say the topic, Jasper, can I ask you a question?
Of course. Go ahead.
Have you ever heard someone say they are trading in the FOREX market? Or maybe someone said, I made money with FOREX. What do you think they mean?
Great question. That brings us to our powerful and exciting topic for today, trading in the FOREX market. Learn English and financial skills together.
Yes, today we will talk about what FOREX is, how people trade currencies, and how this topic is also a great way to learn English because you will see new words, real phrases, and common speaking patterns that are used in the world of finance.
What is FOREX? Let's start from the beginning. The word FOREX means foreign exchange. It's a short way of saying foreign exchange market. That simply means a place where people buy and sell currencies like dollars, euros, pounds, or yen.
Yes. For example, if you travel from Afghanistan to the USA, you need to change your Afghani into US dollars. That's foreign exchange, but now, many people do it online, not just when traveling. They buy and sell currencies to make money. This is called FOREX trading.
Many people around the world are interested in FOREX trading because you can do it from your phone or computer. You don't need a lot of money to start. It's available 24 hours a day. 5 days a week. It helps you learn about the economy and world news, and of course, people hope to make money.
But it's important to say, it's not easy. Many people lose money. So learning is very important, and not just about trading, but about how to understand the language of trading. And that's what we're doing today.
When you learn about FOREX in English, you see many useful words like buy, sell, risk, profit, loss, market, trade, account, price, chart trend, up, down, entry, exit, strategy. These are not only trading words, they are useful in many other jobs and business situations.
Yes, and you also practice speaking by explaining ideas, asking questions like, what is the best time to trade? How much should I risk? Is this a good signal? Should I buy now or wait? By learning how to talk about FOREX in English, you also become better at clear thinking, decision-making, and business communication.
Let's take a very simple example to help everyone understand. Imagine you buy €1 for $1. Later, the euro becomes stronger, and now €1 equals $1.10. If you sell the euro now, you make a small profit. You bought low, you sold high. That's trading.
Exactly. In trading, people use charts to see when the price is going up or down. They use strategies and plans to make smart choices. But the most important thing is, understand the words and speak clearly.
Before we go deeper, we want to say a big thank you to all of you listening right now. Whether you are a student, a worker, a dreamer, or just someone trying to improve your English, you are doing something amazing by being here.
You are not only learning how to trade, but also how to express ideas, how to build new skills, and how to become stronger in English and in life. We are proud of you, and we are here to help you every step of the way.
So stay with us as we continue exploring this exciting topic. In the next part, we will talk about how trading works in more detail, and how you can use simple English to talk about your trading ideas.
Let's keep going. Now, we'll talk about something very important, your body language and how to make a great first impression even before you say a word.
Yes, your face, your hands, your eyes, they all speak English too, even if you don't say anything. So what does body language mean? It means how you sit, how you stand, how you smile, how you move your hand, show you look at the interviewer.
Let's say it clearly. Your body speaks before your mouth does. In an interview, you want your body to say, I am confident, I am polite, I am ready.
When you talk to someone, look at their eyes gently, not too long, not too short, just soft and natural. Looking at someone shows that you are listening, that you are not afraid, and that you respect them.
If you feel shy, it's okay. You can look between their eyes, or look at their eyebrows. That still feels like eye contact. But please don't look down at your shoes or up at the ceiling. It makes you look scared or not interested.
When you sit, keep your back straight. Don't lean too far back. And don't sit like you're hiding. Sit like you are ready to learn and ready to talk.
This shows that you are professional, respectful, and taking the moment seriously. Good posture gives your voice more power too.
This shows that you are professional, respectful, and taking the moment seriously. Good posture gives your voice more power too.
This shows that you are professional, respectful, and taking the moment seriously. Good posture gives your voice more power too.
This shows that you are professional, respectful, and taking the moment seriously. Good posture gives your voice more power too.
Yes, you can also keep your hands on your lap or on the table. Just don't cross your arms. It looks like you are closed or not comfortable. Open body, open heart, open mind. That's what we want to show.
Clothes are also a part of your first impression. You don't need expensive clothes, but make sure they are clean, neat, and comfortable. Choose something simple and professional. Maybe a shirt or blouse. Avoid clothes that are too colorful or too tight.
Even your shoes matter. Clean shoes show that you care about details. And remember, if you feel good in your clothes, you look good. And if you look good, you feel stronger.
When the interview starts, don't rush. Take a deep breath. Speak slowly. Pause before you answer. Use short sentences. Don't be afraid of silence.
If you need time to think, say, "Let me think about that for a second." That's a good question. This shows you are careful and thoughtful, not afraid.
Now let's practice how to start the interview with good body language and strong English. Repeat after us.
Hello, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Sit straight. Look gently in their eyes and smile.
My name is Sarah. I'm excited to be here.
Wow, what a great first impression. Clean words, confident voice, calm smile. That's how you start strong.
During the interview, remember this. Stay calm and stay positive. If you make a mistake, don't worry. Just say, "Sorry, I meant to say, let me try that again."
Yes, that shows confidence. Everyone makes small mistakes, but only strong people stay calm and correct themselves politely.
So remember, your voice matters, but so does your face, your body, your energy. Show them that you are a good worker, a kind person, and a strong learner.
And now, let's move into our final part where we'll talk about what to do after the interview and how to stay positive, no matter the result.
Now that we understand the basics of Forex trading and the important words, let's go deeper. Let's talk about something very useful: how to make a simple trading plan and how to speak about your plan in clear English.
Yes, having a plan is very important in Forex. If you trade without a plan, it's like driving a car with no map. You don't know where you are going and you might crash.
A trading plan is just a small set of rules that you make before you trade. It includes: what pair will you trade? For example, EUR or USD or USD/JPY. When will you enter the trade? When will you exit the trade? How much money will you risk? What is your goal, your profit target?
Let's look at each part and learn how to talk about it in English.
This is the first step. You need to choose a pair to focus on. For example, I like to trade EUR or USD because it is stable and active. I follow GBP or JPY because it moves fast. Use simple sentences like these to say your plan.
You need to have a rule for when to open a trade. I enter when the price breaks the resistance. I buy when the moving average goes up. I sell when the candle closes below support. These are clear, short sentences to help explain your entry strategy.
Next, think about your exit both for profit and for loss. We call the good exit a take profit TP and the bad one a stop loss SL. Here's how to say it. My stop loss is 20 pips. I will take profit at 1.1050. If I lose $10, I will stop. Having a stop loss is very smart. It protects your money and your mind.
You should always decide how much to risk before you trade. A safe rule is, risk only 1% to 2% of your account. My account is $500. I risk $10 per trade. I only trade when I feel calm. I don't risk more than I can lose. This is also good English practice for numbers, money, and daily speaking.
Your goal can be about money or about learning. My goal is to make $50 this week. I want to win 3 trades and lose 1. I want to follow my plan and not panic. Always have a goal. A small goal is okay. Just be clear and realistic.
Let's do a simple speaking practice. You can repeat after us or write your own ideas.
I trade EUR or USD on the 1-hour chart. I buy when the trend goes up. I exit if the price drops 30 pips. My goal is to stay focused and learn from each trade.
That's it. Even if you are not trading now, practicing these sentences helps your English and your thinking.
Now, Let's talk about something very real emotions in trading. Your emotions can become a big problem. Fear, greed, stress, they can hurt your results.
That's why we need to learn to stay calm and speak clearly about how we feel. I feel nervous, but I will follow my plan. I lost a trade, but I learned something. I am not angry. I am improving step by step. This is also a way to practice emotional English, which is helpful in work and daily life too.
So now we've built a simple plan, and we've learned how to explain our actions in English. In the next part, let's explore how news, time, and global events affect the Forex market and how to talk about those topics in easy English.
So, we've learned a lot already. You now know what Forex is, how to trade, and how to make a simple plan. But there's one more important thing to understand: how the world affects the market.
Yes, the Forex market is always moving, and it doesn't move by accident. It moves because of things that happen in the world. These things are called news, economic events, and global changes.
Let me ask you a question. What happens when a country has a big problem, like war, high prices, or political trouble? Usually, the country's currency becomes weaker. For example, if there is trouble in Europe, the euro may go down. If there is strong economic news in the USA, the dollar may go up.
That's why traders always watch the news. Big news equals big moves in the market. This is also a great time to learn news English, world vocabulary, and how to talk about big topics in a simple way.
Here are some things that move the Forex market: interest rate decisions, inflation reports, and employment number, speeches by central banks like the Federal Reserve or ECB, war, elections, and global conflict, economic growth or recession. These events are often shown in something called an economic calendar, a tool traders use to see what's coming.
Let's try some English sentences with this. The U.S. interest rate went up. The dollar is getting strong. There is high inflation in Japan. The yen is falling. The market moved fast after the news. These are simple but very real examples of how to use English in trading situations.
Another important point: the Forex market is open 5 days a week, 24 hours a day. But it has different sessions: Asian session, Tokyo European session, London US session, New York each sessio, and has different levels of energy. Some traders only trade during one session.
For example, I trade during the London session because it is active. The US market has strong moves. I watch the news at that time. Again, simple English, but powerful speaking practice.
Now, let's think about the bigger picture. Maybe you don't want to be a full-time trader. That's okay, but learning about Forex helps you learn how the economy works, build useful business vocabulary, practice English in a real-world context, talk about money, risk, goals, and plans, understand international news, build focus and discipline.
Yes, you are not only learning a market, you are training your brain, your mouth, and your future. And remember, this podcast is here to help you grow. You can listen, repeat, write your own ideas, and speak along with us.
If you are listening right now, we want you to know you are doing something amazing. You are learning English. You are learning about finance, and you are doing it step by step. Don't stop. Don't give up. Keep practicing. Even 10 minutes a day makes a big difference.
Mistakes are okay. Feeling confused is okay. What matters is that you keep going. Believe in yourself. You are smarter than you think, and your future is waiting for you.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode, Trading in the Forex Market. Learn English and financial skills together. Thank you so much for listening.
Yes, thank you from our hearts. We are proud of you. We are happy to be part of your English journey. Take care, stay strong, and
goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now.